Good morning. Beautiful day down at Runnymede, this bank holiday Monday. And I just wanted to talk about tomorrow night's council meeting, where all members will be discussing planning and how that's going to move forward. Now currently there are 22 members, 22 councillors who sit on planning. Here at Magna Carta, this is where the rule of law was set, where 12 people would judge their peers. So if you were a knight, you would be judged by knights. If you were a peasant, you'd be judged by peasants. And the idea was that 12 people made that decision about you. Currently we have 11 who sit on the management panels for planning. The proposal is to reduce that number from the 22 we currently have down to six, where currently we have 11 Tories, 12 Tories it will be, and 10 opposition councillors. Those numbers, those percentages will change down to 4 Tories, 1 independent, 1 Lib Dem. Now, how are you going to have a balanced conversation, representation of 150,000 residents with that few councillors? People who don't live on the patch, people who don't live in the ward, who haven't got an idea of what people are thinking, will be making judgment calls on planning decisions in wards they just don't know anything about. That is wrong, it's not right. So we have to do something about it. And basically the thing you do about it is not vote it through. Now, normally in council, what you have is a situation. I joined council, or I stood for election after the Hollybort debacle, where Simon Dudley was looking to give his, a school, Hollybort College, all the money that should have been going to 20 schools, and that happened because there was nobody to oppose it. There was no opposition. Phil Bicknell stood up in council and basically told people, we can do as we choose because there's no opposition. There is now an opposition. There are 18 independent Lib Dem councillors standing against 23 normal Tory councillors. So there has to be debate, there has to be conversation, there has to be proper, thorough decision-making processes gone through. And we've seen it in the last 2 weeks, where they're looking to close some of the town Windsor, because. And they're doing it and they've not followed due process. And this has been pointed out by independent councillors, and they chose to ignore it. Choosing to ignore it, they just brush it aside. They run an overview and scrutiny panel meeting. Overview and scrutiny means scrutinise the decision that's been made and rectify it and work out the better solution. They joked it off. The chair of that committee was brushing people aside. He didn't even know half his committee. He's been in the job a year. He gets paid money to look after that committee. He didn't know the people. This is the sort of behaviour that happens. I'm not impressed. Twitter over the weekend, Phil has pushed it out. Phil Hazlett, who I respect the guy, but he's now saying there will now be 9 people on the panel. So they're not using council process to determine how many people are going to be on the panel. They're making it up on the fly and tweeting it out to 12 people. It's ridiculous the way they're behaving, and we can't have it. So I thought I'd come down here today, shoot a short video. You'll see below on the page what I was going to say at council. This is changing by the minute because of what's going on social media. Please people, please Tories, we know we let Boris do what he likes and he's letting his cabinet do what they like. I'm not going to let people do what they like in our council. I'm going to do what I can to prevent that and represent the population, which is what Magna Carta was all about. Thank you.